A vast ancient forest, sunlight filtering through the canopy above, or a vibrant coral reef teeming with life and color. What we see is not just a random collection of individual plants and animals existing independently, but a living network of life woven with intricate connections and relationships. Nature in its essence is a complex web of interactions, where every single thread, seemingly insignificant or small, plays a vital purpose. Some species are producers, the foundation of the ecosystem, like plants and algae, capturing the sun's energy through photosynthesis and forming the foundation upon which all other lives depend. Others are consumers, the herbivores and carnivores, transferring that vital energy up the intricate and interconnected food chain. And then there are the decomposers, like fungi and bacteria, which diligently recycle nutrients back into the system, ensuring that absolutely nothing goes to waste in nature's economy. Every species, from the earthworms aerating the soil to the bees pollinating flowers, contributing in their own unique ways to the overall stability and proper function of the surrounding environment. However, some species in this complex web are undeniably stronger and more critical than others. Certain priority species, which possess an outsized influence that extends far beyond what their mere numbers might suggest. Their presence, or tragically their absence, can ultimately dictate the very structure, function, and overall health of their entire ecological community. These are the keystone species, whose ecological roles are so critical that the entire ecosystem's survival quite literally hangs in the balance, dependent on their continued existence. Modern conservation efforts now increasingly focus on carefully understanding these species that are essential to maintaining the delicate balance of nature. By prioritizing the protection of these keystone species, we safeguard the foundations upon which all biodiversity rests, ensuring a healthier planet for all. What exactly is a keystone species? The term keystone comes from the Roman arches, where the central stone is the key player that holds everything together. Similarly, keystone species defines an entire ecosystem maintaining its structure and diversity even if it's not the most abundant. Their impact is immense because of the critical roles they play, sometimes as predators, sometimes as ecosystem engineers. Beavers, for example, build dams that create wetlands supporting countless other species. Apex predators like wolves or sharks, and even humble creatures like sea otters, can all be keystones. Their actions ripple through the food web, influencing many other organisms. The loss of a keystone species can trigger a trophic cascade, dramatically altering the ecosystem. Identifying these species is a top priority for ecologists, requiring careful observation and experimentation. By studying food webs and conducting removal or reintroduction experiments, scientists pinpoint which species are the glue holding communities together. Protecting keystone species is essential for ecosystem health. Keystone species play a pivotal role in the health and stability of our planet's ecosystems. They are architects constantly shaping and maintaining environments, making countless others depend on for their survival, often in ways that are far more significant than their size or numbers might suggest. The North American beaver, for instance, is a prime example of this ecological engineering. It transforms streams into wetlands through dam construction, fundamentally altering the landscape. This process creates crucial habitats for fish, providing them with shelter and breeding grounds. It also benefits frogs, birds, and a wide array of other species that thrive in these wetland ecosystems. African elephants reshape the savanna, playing a critical role in maintaining its unique character. They do this by knocking down trees, preventing the savanna from turning into a woodland. This action promotes grass growth, which is essential for grazing animals. Furthermore, they create waterholes, digging deep into the earth to find precious water sources. These waterholes sustain many animals, especially during dry seasons, ensuring their survival. Even prairie dogs, seemingly small creatures through their extensive burrowing activities, have a profound impact on their environment. They aerate soil, improving its quality and fertility. Their burrows also provide shelter for other species, offering protection from predators and harsh weather. This intricate network of burrows supports prairie biodiversity, creating a more resilient ecosystem. These species don't just influence food webs, their impact is far more fundamental. They build the very stage for life, creating the conditions necessary for other species to thrive. Their activities create niches and opportunities for others, allowing a greater variety of life to flourish. This fosters complexity and richness, making ecosystems more resilient and adaptable. Without them, entire landscapes would change dramatically, often for the worse. In their absence, many species would lose their homes, leading to a decline in biodiversity. Protecting these architects is therefore essential for maintaining healthy ecosystems. It means preserving the intricate homes they build for countless others, ensuring the survival of entire communities. These homes are vital for the survival of countless others, creating a ripple effect throughout the ecosystem. Their influence goes far beyond predator-prey relationships. They shape the very structure of the environment. They are the builders and engineers of ecosystems, constantly modifying their surroundings to create optimal conditions. By modifying their environment, they create opportunities for other species to thrive. They support a diversity that would otherwise be impossible, enriching the planet's biodiversity. Saving a keystone species is not just about protecting one animal, it is saving an entire community, ensuring the health and resilience of the ecosystem as a whole. They are the foundation upon which entire ecosystems are built. They are the foundation of thriving ecosystems, and their protection is vital for the health of our planet. Discovering keystone species is a scientific detective story, a pursuit that requires patience, keen observation, and ecological intuition, identifying those critical threads that hold everything together. It's not always the biggest or most obvious animal, the lion, the elephant, or the redwood. Sometimes they are small, seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of things. They often exert influence far beyond what their size would suggest. Scientists map food webs, meticulously charting the flow of energy and nutrients through an ecosystem. This detailed mapping helps to identify species that act as central hubs in the flow of energy, those organisms that connect many different parts of the web. Removal experiments like Robert Payne's study of starfish provide crucial insights. These experiments reveal how the absence of one species, even a seemingly minor one, can collapse biodiversity and dramatically alter the landscape. When Payne removed starfish, a top predator in the intertidal zone, mussels took over, crowding out other species and monopolizing the available space. The result was a diverse shoreline transformed into a monoculture, a stark reminder of the starfish's vital role. Natural experiments such as the loss or reintroduction of species offer another avenue for understanding keystone dynamics. By observing the consequences of these events, scientists gain valuable insights into the intricate workings of ecosystems. The near extinction of sea otters due to historical hunting practices led to sea urchin explosions and the destruction of kelp forests, as the otters were no longer there to control the urchin population. This imbalance cascaded through the food web, collapsing entire ecosystems. Conversely, reintroducing wolves to Yellowstone National Park after decades of absence triggered a cascade of positive changes, a remarkable example of ecological restoration. Elk populations dropped as the wolves resumed their role as apex predators, vegetation recovered, flourishing in the absence of overgrazing, and riverbanks stabilized, thanks to the reduced pressure from elk hooves. These stories show how one species, through its interactions with others, can shape an entire ecosystem, influencing its structure, function, and resilience. Careful observation of species interactions and environmental changes, experimentation to test hypotheses about keystone roles, and real-world events help scientists identify nature's linchpins, those species that are disproportionately important for maintaining ecosystem health. Understanding these connections is crucial for effective conservation, allowing us to prioritize the protection of those species that have the greatest impact. Keystone species are the key to ecosystem resilience, acting as buffers against environmental change and helping to maintain stability. Their presence or absence can make or break the health of the natural world, determining whether an ecosystem thrives or collapses. The loss of a keystone species unleashes a chain reaction known as a trophic cascade that can unravel entire ecosystems. Remove a top predator and herbivores multiply, overgrazing plants and stripping landscapes bare. This affects not just plants and herbivores, but every creature relying on that vegetation. In coral reefs, losing sharks allows groupers to explode in number, which then decimates smaller fish that keep algae in check, resulting in reefs smothered by algae. The consequences go beyond population changes. They can alter soil, rivers, and even local climates. In Yellowstone, the absence of wolves led to overgrazed riverbanks, increased erosion, and changed river courses. The ecosystem became simpler, less resilient, and less able to adapt to change. Biodiversity plummets, and the ecosystem loses its complexity. The true tragedy is not just the loss of one species, but the silencing of an entire ecological orchestra. Keystone species are essential for maintaining the balance and richness of life. The effects of losing a keystone species ripple far beyond the immediate food web. The reintroduction of wolves to Yellowstone didn't just affect elk and willows, it benefited grizzly bears, beavers, and even river systems. Wolves provided more carrion for bears and allowed berry-producing shrubs to recover, boosting bear diets. Beavers, with more willows, built more dams, creating wetlands that supported fish, amphibians, and birds. These changes improved water quality, stabilized riverbanks, and increased ecosystem resilience. Healthy ecosystems with keystones intact absorb more carbon, helping fight climate change. Kelp forests protected by sea otters and wetlands created by beavers are vital carbon sinks. The actions of single species can have global implications. Protecting keystone species is protecting the health of the planet. Keystone species aren't just important for wildlife, they're vital for us. Healthy ecosystems provide clean water, fertile soil, pollination, and climate regulation. Beavers create wetlands that filter our water. Keystone pollinators ensure our crops grow. Coral reefs protected by sharks shield coastlines from storms, while forests maintained by predators store carbon. When keystone species disappear, these services vanish, threatening our health and security. Focusing conservation on keystone species is the most efficient way to protect natural resources. By saving them, we support entire ecosystems and secure the benefits they provide to humanity. Investing in keystone species is investing in our own future. Their fate is directly tied to ours. We've seen how keystone species are the pillars supporting Earth's ecosystems. Understanding their role gives us a new perspective on nature's interconnectedness. Protecting keystone species is a powerful, targeted strategy for safeguarding biodiversity. When we save a keystone, we preserve entire communities and the services they provide. This is a call to action for everyone. Support conservation, make sustainable choices, and share this knowledge. A healthy planet needs all its essential players, especially those holding the arch together. By protecting keystone species, we reinforce the foundation of our living world. The web of life thrives when its keystones remain strong, for nature and for humanity.